Welcome back to Medicinal Mysteries, the show where we explore the weird, wild, and sometimes wonderfully bizarre stories of medicine. I'm your host, and today we're digging into one of the most mysterious little cacti in the world, named Peyote. Yes, that squat, spineless cactus that looks kind of like a green button but has the power to bend your reality like a Salvador Dali painting. Let's travel back in time. You're in the deserts of northern Mexico, maybe 5,000 years ago. The sun is blistering, the land is dry, and you stumble upon this unassuming cactus. Indigenous peoples like the Hikal and Tarahumara discovered that when you dry it, slice it, and chew it, you're suddenly not thinking about the heat anymore. You're communing with spirits, seeing visions, maybe even talking to your ancestors. What's amazing is that archaeologists have found peyote, buttons, little dried slices in caves that date back thousands of years. Imagine people sitting around a fire, passing down songs and stories, fueled by a cactus that made them feel connected to the universe. That's not just medicine, that's cultural glue. It was the original Wi-Fi, connecting people to the spiritual network. Now, peyote wasn't a casual snack. This was deeply sacred. Among Native American tribes, peyote ceremonies could last all night. Picture a teepee glowing with firelight, songs with steady drum beats, prayers, and participants chewing peyote buttons to seek healing, guidance, or a connection with the divine. It was used to treat ailments like fever, toothaches, and rheumatism. But more than that, peyote was medicine for the soul. It gave people visions that helped to make decisions, feel connected, and even heal from trauma. The rituals were structured. The songs beautiful. This wasn't a let's just see what happens experiment. It was guided, intentional, and passed down with reverence through thousands of years of tradition. So, what's the science behind it? The magic molecule inside peyote is mescaline, an alkaloid that plays with your brain's serotonin receptors. Basically, it hijacks the system that controls your mood and perception. The effects: vivid colors, geometric patterns, and an altered sense of time. Some describe it as deeply spiritual, others as deeply confusing. Either way, you're going on a trip without leaving your chair. A fun fact: Aldous Huxley, the author of Brave New World, famously tried mescaline and wrote about it in his book, The Doors of Perception. That book went on to inspire Jim Morrison to name his band The Doors. So yes, your classic rock playlist owes a little something to a cactus. Peyote didn't just inspire visions, it inspired rock and roll. Now, here's where the plot thickens. For centuries, indigenous peoples used peyote as a cornerstone of their spirituality. But when European colonizers arrived, they saw these ceremonies and thought, witchcraft. This led to bans, crackdowns, and massive misunderstandings. Fast forward to the 20th century, and peyote gets lumped into the US war on drugs. Suddenly, this sacred medicine was labeled as dangerous, but Native American communities fought back. In 1918, the Native American Church was formed, blending Christian elements with peyote ceremonies. Eventually, courts recognized peyote as a protected religious sacrament. So today, peyote use in Native ceremonies is legal in the US, but recreational use, still very illegal. So, no, you can't legally brew a peyote latte in your kitchen. This brings us to modern medicine. Could peyote have real therapeutic uses today? Researchers are studying mescaline for conditions like depression, PTSD, and addiction. Some studies suggest it helps people process trauma or break free from destructive patterns. But here's the catch: context is everything. In indigenous ceremonies, peyote is consumed in a structured, supportive environment with a spiritual guide. Compare that to a random person on their couch. With Netflix, the outcomes are going to be very different. It's like the difference between surgery in a sterile operating room versus surgery in your garage. Same tools, but the environment makes all the difference. Science is learning a lot from these traditions, but it's not as simple as chewing a button and calling it therapy. So, to wrap it all up, peyote is a tiny cactus with a massive story. It's been medicine, it's been outlawed, it's been misunderstood, and now it's being reconsidered by modern science. But through it all, one thing is clear. For indigenous peoples, peyote isn't just chemistry. It's sacred. It's community, its history, and it demands our respect. Thanks for joining me on this journey into medicinal mysteries. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next episode. Until then, stay curious.